We're gonna go live. Welcome, everyone. We'll figure it out on the fly.
Absolutely.
Why did you duck out of screen, Sam? What are you doing? Welcome, everyone. This is Harvest Valley, where we play some Burning Wheel. Um, Today is going to be the trait vote, where we talk about what's happened so far. And are we are we doing the thing?
Is there a thing?
Apparently.
Oh, mine is buried. You'll never see it.
Welp.
My codex is so close.
And yet
Here.
so very far.
Oh, my codex is right here.
My is my codex. I moved it. It's downstairs again. Shoot,
I need to email them that I got.
Sam. Everybody. Uh-oh. Everybody froze. It's no good. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. All right, we're realsy for realsy live. Welcome everyone. This time without Zoom crashing. Uh, that's perfect. Look at that. That's it's magical. That is absolutely magical. Oh, your sound's not on. Let me turn you guys on. Now you're on. You can say things.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so we're gonna play some Burning Wheel, which is a pretty fun game about beliefs. And so we're gonna talk about the beliefs of each one of these characters and their traits, and if they've been playing to their traits, including we're going to get some regional traits. Is that what the plan was?
Mm-hmm.
We're
Okay.
gonna vote on some trades.
Because we had forgotten to do that when we made our characters. So I feel like we should, if everybody's cool with it, we should go back and add that back in and decide what those cultures are.
Good.
Okay.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
So what are we starting with? The trait vote? Or are we starting with time passing and practicing and everything? Or...
Well, it should be just a straight vote.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
For
already
time
taken care of
passing,
my
you know,
practice.
you can just do practice off screen.
Okay.
Cool. Well,
I didn't know if we had a resource test or something.
Yeah, we do.
but that
We'll do
could
the
get
resources
complicated.
test.
So, are we gonna do those first, or are we gonna do those next?
Well, let's do traits first, I think.
Traits are first. Traits are fun. Traits for everyone.
Traits are free.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's been a little while, so we should talk about who our characters are so that people will know what traits we're voting on. That makes sense, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's start with Sam, since I've got your character sheet up first.
We're going over traits.
Traits.
I have traits.
You do. You do.
But I actually don't have very many traits. I have Lord's Favorite, Man of Few Words, and Louie Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, boo, boo.
We should also maybe go over like the general character concept of our characters, just like
That's a good point.
in
So
case people have missed. stuff.
Yeah, we can do the mouse guard telling the tale of the arc of the character.
Yes, I do enjoy that for sure.
I am not familiar with this
Oh.
because I
Well,
never
you
play
should
mouse guard.
guard more mice then.
I should.
You should guard all the mice. So, let's think of a story that involves Ned, something that he's done. And we're gonna tell it so we can hear a little bit about the character. So, Ned is a carpenter who returned to our small village of Stockchester in Harvest Valley after having been gone for 5 years.
I think we decided how many years was I in the city? I can't remember.
5 years, 10
I
years,
feel like
It's
5
been a long
years
time.
10 years is a little too much.
at least 5 years.
Because I remember the last time Ned knew me, I was a peddler.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the
Ah,
life paths work, it would be like sometime in like
So I
between
was
10
a
and-
miller for 7 years. So at least 7 years. So it's been a while. I was gone
Okay.
for a while.
7 years is a good number. And he came back, and his good friend Farmer Bish was no longer living alone. This young upstart of a niece, Ashlyn, was living with him, but they became fast friends, and Ned helped her expand her house, and in exchange, he sleeps on her couch.
So transactional.
I mean, look at who I married. He also has a monkey.
I do have a
Jinx.
monkey.
Yeah,
it's true.
monkey is not exactly a trait, unless it is. Adam, why don't you tell a story about Ned involving
About monkeys.
or monkeys or both?
So after after Ned's gotten back here and gotten his feet back in the soil, as it were, he's recently started up his own brewery, and he's been so we also found some ice grain, and we had to figure out how to plant it properly, and we did not plant it properly, so there was a little bit of winter issues spreading to the other crops. But it was fine. We got a little bit of ice whiskey. We experimented, and good things.
Awesome. All right, then let's move on to Esteban. Sam, why don't you tell a story about Esteban first of all? Or I guess let's go over his traits first.
Sure. My traits, as they stand right now, are odd, crybaby, bad influence, curly hair, moldy, an affinity for sheep and goats, and I used to have Curse of the Night Wolf, but that got removed because I got some blood leeches from our sweet doctor friend, Dr. Donna, who cured my cold, and in doing so, took out some of the curse that was in my blood
And
too.
also cured lycanthropy as a
Yeah.
a side thing.
Leeches don't actually work, kids. Don't try that at home. If you need to lift a curse, you're gonna need stronger magic than
So I have a good story based on some friends I made in my Blades cult. One of the people in my Blades cult has a friend who has pet leeches, and every 3 months has to feed the leeches, and does so with her own blood. So she's just like, okay, come on, leeches.
Horrifying leeches.
Exactly. These are the kinds of people I play with. I love it.
Alrighty. So, Sam, tell us a story.
I have a tale. It's a tale of tragedy and heartbreak, backstabbery. Starts with a young man named Esteban. He seems to be a kind and a generous, giving young
Mm-hmm.
man. And he meets a guy named Ned. And at first, he's very helpful to Ned. And they spend time together. And, you know, they they chat and they greet each other. And, you know, Esteban helps at first with the building of Ashland's new house. And, Ned was pretty impressed, and so he decided that Esteban deserved a house of his own. So he rebuilt Esteban's shabby secondhand house and turned it into a thing of beauty. Then they went on adventures together to the ice castle and all over the place. And then they built a float together. They gave a place for the mice to stay. And then when the mice problem came to a head, there was an opportunity. Ned just wanted to build a mouse house together with his friend Esteban. But instead, Esteban stabbed Ned in the back, claimed to be a master carpenter, and stole the contract away from him. It's been downhill for them both ever since.
That's exactly how it happened.
That's my tale.
That's exactly how it happened and exactly how I remember it.
Yep.
All right. My story is weirder.
Mhm.
It's all about how Esteban, after after our last trait vote, when his good friend Ishmael moved away to get back to his homeland, and he took over living way out in the hardlands, and he moved his entire flock of sheep and all of his like 3 horses out to the hardlands, where he also took custodianship of Ishmael's goats. And while he was there, he decided that letting the sheep graze on slime monsters was a good idea. And now all of the sheep have strange and different colored wool and definitely no side effects from eating monsters.
Oh,
Think of how much you save and die.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the savings. It's an enormous savings.
It's enormous. Fantastic.
As we all know, that's
Yep.
all Esteban thinks about. He's all very financially minded, and that's how he gets ahead in life.
You can cut big die out of it entirely. Big die, they control everything.
All right.
I'm
So-
thinking DIE, like you can get out of making a roll.
Big die.
I get it. All right. That brings us to our last character, which is my character, Ashlyn. And Ashlyn is an opportunist, tenacious, faithful, a familiar face, and cursed by the night wolf. So do you either one of you have any great or at least mediocre Ashlyn stories?
I can spin you a yarn about the
mm.
tales of Ashlyn. Do you know, when I first met Ashlyn, all those many years ago, I thought there was only one Ashlyn. But really, there were two. Because when Ned first met her, he had his doubts. But then they went to an ice castle together and they got some good booze. And also, a clone of Ashlyn stepped out of a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And we left with both of those things. Turns out Winter, the god of the ice castle, doesn't like it when you steal from it. I think that's kind of silly. If you leave things out for adventurers, it's kind of your fault if it gets taken. I think that's a well-known fantasy fact.
That is a well-known fantasy fact.
I mean, look what happened to the Giants in Jack and the Beanstalk.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect example. Anyway,
Perfect.
then after we fixed up her house, when Winter got angry and Ash could have left Ned and the booze and Ash to the evil goddess, she instead defended her friends and made sure that the harvest would come again to the valley. And then she made friends with some talking mice that stabbed us. The end.
Also 100% accurate. Good job.
That's what we're all about.
It was
Accuracy.
a twist ending. You didn't see the mice coming. You really did not see those mice coming in there.
All right, Adam. What about you? Tell me a tale of Ashlyn.
Well, I think I'm going to touch on Ashlyn's more mystical side, where on one side she is the scion of the harvest goddess, and on the other side she is cursed by the night wolf, who was in her basement. Spoilers. She got cursed by that night wolf in the basement, but we now have a portal in the basement to a cool dungeon, which she opened up with her spooky faith powers.
I think technically you opened it up with singing. I think I just
What was
made
your part in that?
I like shut it down when it opened up to the fire dimension, and we were like, no.
Right. There we go. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna just sing it and see what happens, and then it opened up to the like just a doorway straight to the sun, and we're like, no, do not want. Just
There's a lot of weird
close
stuff
that door.
This game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is.
Especially when adventuring gets
is
involved.
Accurate. That is accurate.
And that's what Ashlyn is sort of known for.
Cool.
Being an adventurer. Yeah.
I'm going to hand the reins over to Golden since he's done with Burb and is technically the GM. So
Only technically the GM.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have a little bird, and a bird likes to sing.
Mm-hmm.
But can't sing when I'm role-playing games. Yeah, so we're going to do trade votes tonight, and also do our resources. I don't think anyone has any harvests due for spring.
I mean,
I was supposed to build a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could just be me practicing a lot of carpentry.
yeah.
Yeah. If I remember right, the festival that the hotel needs to be done with is in spring. So.
So it probably happened.
Probably. So let's do trade votes first.
I was gonna be like, now that the death is out of the way, once you murdered this poor schmuck, it
wasn't my fault, remember? I didn't have to pay. I'm just middle management.
I didn't have to pay. That means it's not my fault.
I'm just middle management.
That's true. Okay, trait vote, please. Sorry.
Indeed. So we have a trade vote page in the Roll20. Oh look, I can just drag you guys over. These are the traits from last time we did a trade vote. I guess we haven't done a trade vote with Ned yet.
That is correct. I actually have to move myself over because
I think you all have to.
Yeah, because we're powerful.
Where is it?
You have ultimate power.
Powers.
Is it untitled? It is. Okay.
Of course it is.
Okay.
We have on new traits this time, I think.
Here we go.
But we'll do it down here.
Mhm.
So I think the way it's going to work is we're all going to propose a trait for everybody. Like each of us proposes a trait for each person, right?
Okay.
And then if there's more traits,
Decide how many traits we're gonna try to give each other. Are we just doing one?
probably just one.
That's what I was thinking.
Unless there's one that's like really we need to make an exception for.
Okay.
And yeah.
My name's not Ishmael.
You're right. It's not Ishmael.
It's Ned.
Ned. There we go. Ned.
Whenever we're ready, I think I have an idea for a trait that I might assign to Ned.
Okay.
That he
Sure,
doesn't
let's
already
start
have.
there.
I would like to nominate Ned for having a good work ethic, which is
Ooh,
maybe a
good
trait that I
work
would
ethic.
name like good work ethic.
A
Solid.
fantastic name for a
Solid
trade.
name.
Would it just be a character trait?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Mhm.
Unless
Maybe.
there's a
I'm just gonna look and
There's a
see if
big
there's
deal
anything
thing.
comparable in the actual list.
Cool.
I was actually going to nominate Ned for familiar face
Mm.
because it seems like Ned knows everybody,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense.
It does.
Hard work is a 1-point character trait in the book. That probably fits.
Mhm, that's what I'm looking at, too.
Similar. As far as Ned, I think dependable.
Endable.
Yeah.
Like, you can always count on Ned.
Yeah, he's hardworking.
Even when you've upset him.
Was dependable also a character trait?
I'm looking and I am not seeing it, but you can always make up more character traits.
So it's.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it'd be a character trait.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. I need to figure out one to nominate him for.
Oh, do you have one for Ashlyn? Oh, you mean for yourself?
Yeah, don't we nominate one for ourselves too?
Yeah.
I might need a minute to come up with one for Ned.
That's fine.
Does Esteban have like
Ooh. I have a second.
okay.
I have
Okay.
a second joke nomination, which is unlucky.
Sure. Unlucky. Ooh.
Joke nominations are the most important nominations.
Absolutely.
What does unlucky do?
The unlucky character has a hard life. Whenever the player makes an arbitrary decision about something in game, it's always wrong. If, for example, the character comes to a fork in the road and the player just shrugs, I don't know, I go left, it's the wrong direction. Doesn't matter what the truth is, that's his luck. Unlucky may be bought off in game if the player utterly succeeds at a test at a crucial moment. All successes, glowing results, victory, etc. Blah, blah, blah. More stuff.
So basically, it's like a reverse call-on trait.
Basically.
This is the ultimate Artha farm. Oh my god. Doing so earns the player a point and a persona point immediately. Unlucky is then removed from his trait list. Basically, you just sell one of your, like, an important, like, there's an important moment and you get a big success, you sell that success back to the GM in exchange for an immediate faded persona point.
You know,
It's so ridiculous. Oh my god, that's a great trait.
I'd just like to go on eBay, make an eBay account, and sell my success to the highest bidder.
I don't know if that's how it works, but it sounds good.
In Harvest
Yeah, I don't
Alley.
know if Ned is unlucky or if I'm unlucky, but I'll take it either way.
Great.
Is that what you want your own suggestion to be?
No, I need to come up with a good one.
Yeah.
But I had one for Estevan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Go Lucky, which is a 1-point character trait in the book.
Mm-hmm. I like that one too.
That's a pretty good one. I think that fairly accurately describes our good friend Estevan. Oh wow, that is really large.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? Too big.
The text got too large. Now it's small again.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. I might nominate myself for Deep Sleeper because we
Ooh.
just had that one situation where well, I don't know if the Deep Sleeper trait, because it's a die trait thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely touched on how Estevan has sleepwalking issues. Like maybe Sleepwalker.
Sleepwalker works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I was like sort of pitching it as like being odd, but odd is very general, and I feel like ooh. I know the perfect word for this. Somnambulist. Because that's a sleepwalker. Yeah.
That's a trait, I think.
I think I've seen that. Yep. Let me see if
I'm
that
definitely
is a
isn't there.
thing.
Yep.
I'm
it
actually
sure
on
is.
that page.
Yeah.
There it is.
Who would have
It's a 1-point
guessed?
trait. It's a 1-point trait.
Mm-hmm. Vocab, kids. Learn it.
Exactly. Perfect. See.
Yeah, that's totally what my pitch
Okay.
is.
I was going to nominate him for Fortitude because he seems pretty tough, honestly.
I'd say that's true. Yeah, I believe that.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Goes through a lot of shit. Still around.
Mm-hmm. What I'm reminded of is when he did all of that street plowing with his horses in the wintertime. And he was just like, wow, that's a mighty cold out there. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just does stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you moved out to the Hardlands, and you're just like, yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have half a house. That's better than no house.
Yeah.
It's good. Trying to think of a good one for Estevan.
Maybe something animal related, like.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like. I don't know how to put. I don't know how to put it into words. About just. I feel like animals like you. Like you did good. Like Estevan was able to talk to the mice even when they didn't really want to talk to Ashlyn.
We could consider just expanding affinity for sheeps and goats to affinity for animals.
Possibly.
It's like the animals have an affinity with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He's liked by animals.
Kind of like just liked by animals. I don't know.
I mean, that's definitely a thing. It isn't in the. Is there a name for it? Maybe I can just Google this. What do you call it when animals like someone? Come on, Google. Oh no, do not Google that.
Uh-oh. I'm concerned.
Did you enter into mystical furry land?
I wish.
Oh no, that's pretty bad.
I want something like kind of about like because like I don't think it's come up, but I feel like even even Ned's monkey likes Esteban. What is this monkey's name? What's your monkey's name?
Jinx.
Jinx. See, this is why Jinx doesn't like me. I can't even remember his name.
Yeah. I feel like maybe stubborn is the trait for Ned.
Hmm.
That was something else that was
Sure.
going around in my mind, too. Yep.
Yeah, that I think is a pretty good one for him.
I'm not seeing anyone actually named it where animals like you, but
I think
like Snow White
affinity
had
for
it.
Animals is like pretty good for capturing that, but if you don't think so, it's
You want Snow White syndrome?
I mean, there's a trait called Louis Wu, so he could just call it Snow White.
I mean,
animals follow you around and make your bed for you.
Yeah.
sometimes sing, and definitely have made you a dress for the prom.
Yeah.
You could just call it Disney Princess.
I believe
Sure.
it because I am also an excellent singer.
I mean, that's true. You are an excellent
Mhm.
singer. I
Mhm.
think that sums it up pretty well, actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
I feel like not this trait vote, but soon there should be a town singer trait.
Mmm. You're
And I don't
earning
think
it.
Esteban's ready for that yet.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, how about for Ashlyn? I think for how I almost want to say naive.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Like, she's very stubborn and she knows a lot of things, but she is also, like, ridiculously over-trusting, and there are certain
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean.
aspects that she just doesn't see.
She's like too willing to make friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's willingly naive.
That might be even true.
Like she doesn't just not see the badness in people, like she willfully ignores it.
Yeah, because I feel like
She really wants them to be
Ashlyn's
good,
sharp.
though.
But yeah.
Maybe
I think naive is a
overly
pretty good thing.
optimistic.
I think naive captures that pretty well, but
Yeah. We can just keep naive. It's just it means a little bit different.
I think you can be naive about different things.
Okay. I was going to nominate her for the Aura of Determination because
Ooh.
that's a really good trait.
is what she does all the time. She's just really determined to succeed and help her friends succeed.
I'm really determined to make friends with everyone and to make them stop being bad people.
So I want to point out, Aura of Determination combined with Faith is an amazingly powerful combination. So I love it.
Well, that sounds like a good thing for me then. Do you have a different trait you would like to nominate Ashlyn for?
Aura of Fear. Just kidding. Next season we have Dark Ashlyn.
Dark Ashlyn.
Yeah, well, we have Disney
Oh my
Princess.
god!
We haven't seen any Disney
there's a
villain.
trait called Birdie Talk about
Mm-hmm.
tweeting with birds and them tweeting back.
Yeah, you can speak with animals.
There you go. There's also Bee Speaker, I know.
What I was going to bring up is for that sort of thing is there's a trait that's a call-on trait called Show No Fear, and it's a call-on for steal when confronted against impossible odds. And I feel like we've been up against some gods before,
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
that's
I feel like that gets captured pretty well with the Aura of Determination, but I'm willing to put both
Yeah.
of them on the board.
So what's it called? Show
Show
No Fear?
Fear.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm trying to find another one.
I'm pretty sure it's all just a misunderstanding. There's really nothing to be afraid of. So, I don't know why you would think this is special, right? It's just how it is.
Yeah. It's reminded me of a conversation I had with the owner of the store I work for, where I was just telling him all my problems. And he says, "Well, you seem really optimistic about it." And it's like, it's not so much that I'm optimistic, but I've gotten over this stuff already. And looking forward, all the new stuff that's happening is great.
Awesome. All right, Sam.
So there's a trait that I like, but I think we may just have to use it differently because technically it's a dwarven trait. But I really like the trait oddly likable
Okay.
for Ashlyn.
So really anything odd about it?
I'm just regular likable. What are you
It's just a
talking about?
character trait, but it's just dwarves only. But I feel like oddly likable fits well for Ashlyn because she's like always getting everyone into weird trouble, but like everyone just likes her.
Mm.
You know, that's a pretty good point.
Okay. All right, so we have a good selection of traits here. I would like everyone to have like a higher level trait this time.
I have
Aura
another
of Determination is.
nomination.
Oh yeah.
Since Ashlyn's been in the fields now for a while, I'm going to nominate her for a physical trait, which is grit under her fingernails.
That sounds good.
So like dirty fingernails or something.
Sure.
I would like to nominate Estevan for tongueless because Ned cuts out his tongue.
No.
Let's
You're
put
gonna
on
have to talk to Big Die
tongue-tied.
about that one.
Tongue-tied.
Didn't see this coming.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So for as far as a physical trait, for Ned, I feel like you've got like minor back pain from just sleeping on a couch for the last 6 months.
Maybe.
I just saw a trait that involved hardness and backs, so I'm gonna take a look at it.
Like a stiff back.
Something like that.
I mean, a stiff back is slightly different.
Okay, I found it. It's called Hardened, and it reads: Hard labor has turned this character's back to stone and his muscles to iron. Round up when factoring health.
It's like the opposite.
Yeah, it's more.
Gotcha.
Bad sleep has made it so you can never feel comfortable ever in your life.
Yeah.
I'm
Chronic
telling
back
you-
pain.
I'm telling you, this couch is a step up for Ned.
Well, then maybe you should have had it all along. Or maybe it's one of those things where you get into the softer bed and then you sleep wrong because you're used to it being harder, and then you wind up in a weird position and then you're just asleep like that all night.
Fair enough. All right, are we voting?
Sure.
Are we voting now, or are we going to talk about removing traits?
Okay, we can talk about removing traits. So I pick one, and you each pick one. Let me look at Ashland first.
If we don't think taking away one makes sense, we can also do that. But
Sure.
I'm not always.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've been playing all your traits, Ashland.
You know, actually, I do too, but I just wanted to make sure it's not overlooked.
Sure.
I, on the
don't
other
think-
hand, have one in mind that
All right.
I think could be gotten rid of because I keep trying to play it and it never manifests. Crybaby.
Which one? Crybaby.
It was kind of on the
Yeah.
docket, our last trait vote, from the looks of it, and it's been another 8 sessions, and I can't really.
Yeah, you've tried, but you just don't cry that much.
Mm-hmm.
Estevan's been hardened by the world. He has no more tears left to spend.
All right. And
And-
Ned. I mean, you only have 3 traits.
I think probably Lord's favorite could go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't really have a lord in this setting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel that.
I don't really intend to bring in the whole nobility aspect either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can have goddesses and talking mice, but royalty, get out of here. Since we're talking about other kinds of traits, I think Adam, you wanted to talk about cultural traits.
Mhm.
Let's do that.
So, like, probably as the first thing that we start off with, and maybe for Ashlyn, this will provide you with a trait that you want to get rid of. Like, because you're from the city, so maybe there's a trait in there that you're like, no, I've been in Harvest Valley for too long, so now this thing's not a thing anymore.
Mhm.
Which cultures do each of us belong to? I 100% belong to Harvest Valley because I've never been anywhere else.
And I
I
think-
think Ned is also.
But
Ned was-
Ned's a peasant.
Right, but that's Harvest Valley.
But as opposed, like, so there's no difference between like the tradesman class and like the peasantry.
Not really.
Okay.
And Ashlyn grew up in the city, so I think she would have different traits.
Okay. So there's going to be a city area and a Harvest Valley area. We'll just say valley. There'll be a city area and a valley area. And I think the biggest difference is that the Harvest Valley area is like more a sense of community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Tight knit.
Yeah. That's a good one. Tight knit.
I was thinking about this a little bit before we started the Zoom call too, and a very clear trait for Harvest Valley is that we celebrate festivals.
Mm. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's something that is not very prominent in the city.
Mhm.
Observant, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a trait, but who knows? Maybe it is already.
Or like ceremonial, maybe.
I was gonna say opportunist is the city trait because I
I'm-
think that makes no sense.
Actually, that does make sense. I'm totally fine with that since I've already got that trait.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
And I feel that being a city trait, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say also sick.
Mm.
I feel like the disease is more prevalent in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although that may be something that I've gotten away from now that I've been in Harvest Valley for a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's an urbane trait.
Really?
Ooh.
Like, I don't know, I feel like urbane or cosmopolitan. Because it's this would be like what people from Harvest Valley think of when they think of city folk.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Are city folk less diverse culturally?
I mean, if anything, I bet they would be more so, but it's just like
Yeah.
what outsiders see them as, you know?
Okay.
Like if we were doing a city crawl in that city, our cultural traits would probably reflect like different factions within the city. You know, but since we're focused on Harvest Valley, it's just like what people who don't know the city think. You know, they don't know the difference between Brooklyn and Queens. They just know New York.
It's
Mhm.
like, as like my lady was talking about going down to skate in Long Beach and calling it LA and everyone in Long Beach getting terribly offended.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. That's
It's just
LA.
like that, except in Southern California.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. Like everyone's got their own sense of community. So,
I feel like, are we
So
missing
this
one
is
for?
stereotypes.
No to urbane. No one likes urbane.
No, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 is plenty.
Oh yeah,
I
3 is
agree.
right.
We need
I
one
feel
more
like
for.
Another one for Harvest Valley is
Yeah.
that we might be a little gossipy
Gossipy's good.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
or
That's
chatty.
Definitely.
Because maybe that's where Esteban's whenever there's a lull in conversation, tell a weird story thing comes from.
Mm.
Because it's just the thing in Harvest Valley when there's nothing to talk about, you just come up with something.
I like gossipy more than chatty.
I
Okay.
agree.
I mean, you can just see it as like gossiping about yourself.
Yeah, gossip is good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like also you want to vote off sick?
Yep.
I still think Lord's favorite is the one that makes the least sense for Ned.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, these look good to me.
Cool.
So let's vote. I think instead of just having one, we can have
Wow.
we can have one major one and then one like minor physical trait, like character trait. Like I think like having like the grit under the fingernails and
Mhm.
chronic back pain, and tongue tied. Those are all good. Or a minor, like
Unless somebody disagrees, I think we should just add each one of those plus vote for one of the ones above.
that's what I'm recommending. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. So you get grit under her fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
Esteban gets tongue tied. Ned gets chronic back pain. Okay. And then let's all vote for one of these other ones. I think we should. We're all going to get at least one, right?
Yeah.
Are we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably one.
So let's start with Ashlyn. I'm going to vote for Aura of Determination. What do you think, Adam?
I'm going to vote for naive.
Okay.
I like Aura of Determination.
Okay. Kelsa?
Do I get a vote?
Yeah.
I know I was the one to suggest naive, but man, I want that aura of determination. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So I think you hit Aura of Determination.
Sweet.
Nice.
Let's look at Esteban. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Disney Princess. Actually, I think she should be called Snow White. I don't think you're quite at Disney Princess yet.
Yeah, I see you where you're going with that. Yeah, because I
I
am
see-
no,
Sorry, go ahead.
I am no. I don't know my Disney princess names. I gotta
Oh
admit.
no.
I know like Mulan, and that's about it.
Well, I
You
mean,
know-
you got to learn about all the Disney princesses so that you can take on
Jasmine.
aspects of all of them.
Adam, don't worry. I can show you the world.
See, you know the way to my heart. Just to
Ariel?
go ahead and nothing else. Ariel,
I mean,
yeah.
Esteban is most like Ariel, in my opinion.
Adam, it's better. Down where it's wetter. Take it
You
from
know,
me.
that's pretty true.
Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the
Thingamabobs, he's got plenty.
Oh, beautiful.
You have to join
Uh,
Fishmail back in the sea.
on that sea.
And then there's Cinderella.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Disney princess trait. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's too silly. I like
Sure.
Somnambulist better.
Okay.
Man, somnambulist is such a good word too. And it sets you up to get in all kinds of trouble by sleepwalking again. So I'm all for it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Somnambulist.
Okay. So yeah, you can get Somnambulist. You are the sleepwalking master.
All day. How did that song stuck in my head?
Somewhere across this endless sea.
And Leia is now also a Disney princess. Can't forget that.
Mm.
Wildwood Bay
One of the
Games.
most important Disney princesses of all time.
I think it's good
All right,
games.
for Ned, what are we doing?
I think I want it to be at least a dice trait though. This somnambulist.
Mm.
What would the dice trait be?
When you do something while sleepwalking, you can invoke this and add a die.
That's interesting.
All right.
There
Sure.
is a die trait, which is the one where you're a hard sleeper, I think. We could modify that.
Mm.
And the result, instead of like being asleep, is that you're difficult to shake out of weird mental states.
Mm.
Where is it?
I see a deep sleeper.
Deep sleeper is
Deep
probably
sleepers
one
are
of the-
very difficult to rouse from sleep. Loud noises, shouts, even calling their own names won't do it. To wake from sleep before the appointed time, they must pass an OB 5 will test.
I say that if we want him to have a die trait, we should give him somnambulist and give him deep sleeper and not give him tongue tied.
I'm cool with that.
Because then he's
I like
still
that
getting he's still getting a character trait and a die trait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, deep
Perfect.
sleeper, huh?
Mhm.
All right, what about Ned?
Yeah. Hmm.
I'd probably vote for dependable.
I also want to vote for dependable, but it's also still a character trait, unless we want to invent a die trait for it.
That's fine. You can just vote right now.
I still like stubborn, but I'm okay with dependable.
So we've got 2 votes for dependable. So we got 3 votes for dependable. Okay, yeah.
Let me see what stubborn does.
Do seem
Stubborn, I think,
fairly
something with
dependable.
Duel of wits. I can't remember.
Yep, it adds 2 dice to your body of argument in a duel of whips that contravenes one of your beliefs.
This could be like one of those Artha traits for like doing things that I've agreed to do for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want a fourth belief.
I mean,
Ooh.
that could work as well. I'm just throwing out options.
I kind of like that, giving you a fourth belief, but it specifically has to involve helping someone else that has asked
Sure.
you for help.
Yeah, that works for me. Cool.
Let's go with that.
I like it.
All right. So
Cool.
Ashlyn, you're getting
Or
our
it has to be
determination.
written for him by his employers or something.
I think it just has to be something I agreed to do for someone else.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like
I think
it's
he
not
should
like
still
you
write
went
it.
in, like it's
Okay.
not like you went and asked him to like build you the house. It's just like when you needed your house repaired, he was there to do it.
I mean, this also makes him seek out things to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we should end it there because we only had an hour tonight, and we spent an hour on traits.
Perfect.
Do you have time to do resources real quick? Because it's just a roll, Kelsey. Or is that
I
gonna
mean,
be
if
too
we want to, if everyone agrees to, we can do it. But
Okay.
I need to.
I feel like we can kind of breeze through that.
Yeah. I feel
You
like so,
all
too.
will get to see the fruits of my labor next time I stream, which will probably be Saturday on AP's channel. Getting a dog. So excited. Dog.
The dogs.
Okay. Let's roll resources then.
Yeah, hold up a sec. I had found it. Now I don't know where it is
Into the
anymore.
resources section.
There we
Right
go.
over circles.
It's 370 something.
373, 372.
There we go.
I think-
372.
I am ob one because I am homeless. I have some property, but I have no property, but I have very few possessions, and I'm literally just paying to make sure I have a whetstone for my axe, and am living in someone else's house.
Yeah, you don't even have any tools, do you?
No, I have tools. I bought new ones, but that's literally like my only possessions are my clothes and my tools. But the real thing is like basically I eat Kelsey's or Ashwin's food. I live in her house.
Yep.
and I'm definitely not working poor. I definitely don't pay for a small family, a rented cottage. I'm definitely not a poor knight or adventurer, which is odd too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like
But
I'm
that
not
means
paying for
Ashton's going
food,
to maintain you.
but I'm just trying to be like I'm trying to stick to the fiction. Like
Sure.
that just seems like what Ned's been doing.
It's fine with me.
But actually, I forgot about something because I started my railroad business at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a fund now. So actually, I'm probably like trying to help Kelsa around the house for like the season. So I'll do like
Okay.
that instead. I'm like helping out Ashlyn with like some of the money stuff because she's helping me get my business off the ground.
All right, we'll give you 2 then.
Cool. Let's do it, folks. I'm using my fund.
Okay.
Let's hope I don't get taxed. Base ob 2.
Nice.
You did it.
Boom. Gotta spend money to make money, folks.
Let me make sure
That's
that
right.
I'm not hurt anymore because I definitely should have healed that, and it should not count against
Yeah.
my resources.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure that I'm an ob 3, maintaining a small business.
I'm going to give you 2 because of how well Ned passed that row.
Sweet.
Can I help Ashlyn as well if she wants it?
No.
I'm gonna.
Well, actually, you can, but then you will suffer the consequences of her failure.
Are you gonna fail?
I hope not. I'm spending 2 cash dice to not fail. So.
I'll definitely help.
Okay.
And
So that gives me.
Esteban can help too.
I don't think Esteban has any.
I don't have any resources.
Okay.
I have a cash die and I have a persona die.
Good luck.
Yeah. But we'll see that in a bit.
Uh.
Can't help.
Obstacle 2. Hey, there we go. Nice.
You did it too.
Very
Hooray.
nice.
So you both pass. Esteban.
Oh, good luck, Esteban.
So like I just said, I would like to maybe advance to resources 1 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So is my ob 1 or ob 2? Because I do have animals and I do have a house.
Yeah. And it's rented. So it's definitely 2.
Okay.
The real question is, do I raise it to obs 3 because you're living in Hardlands? And I decided no. But I do want you to make a different kind of roll. See if you can maintain your own oath in the Hardlands. Now, I don't really have any skills that would be relevant. So I'll give it to you for a fort test. We'll say the stakes are if you succeed, then you really haven't had any trouble living in Hardland. But if you fail, you're just going to be kind of like beat up from all the monster attacks.
Sure thing.
Okay.
I am learning fighting skills, but I don't have any of them yet. So I think,
Yeah. If you had one of those, you could definitely use them.
yeah. I think in the
So-
future this will be applicable, but not yet.
Right. Now it's literally Hardland.
What's my obstacle?
Yeah. It's going to be obs 3.
Okay.
Okay. So
Ouch.
take the trait battered.
Okay. I'll keep that in the back of my head.
I think that's better than giving you a dice penalty for an entire season.
Nothing. No one
I didn't even hear what you
I
said.
heard you.
said you better not forget.
Mm,
You got the trait.
All right.
I still think the one from actual play where they got the harm battered and fried because they got punched and then they touched like a hot like coil thing. I still think that's
Nice.
better. Because then poor
I
poor.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Is that from the Roll20 Presents?
It's from actual play when they were doing Star Dancer.
I have not seen this.
You gotta watch it.
Sean Nittner's channel. Right?
Mhm.
I need to watch it too.
Okay.
Everything on actual play is really good.
Facts.
cool.
I haven't.
All right, Adam. Take your OBS 2 resources test.
Cool.
And if you succeed, you're a free man. If you fail, you are still owned.
Do you come begging to me for money?
Well, he
No,
wants to. He wants to test.
I do want the test.
Could get help if you only
Remember,
begged.
you have to change it to an actual number before you can roll it. It gets mad.
Didn't
He
they
has a
change
cash-
that?
He has a
Did
cash
they?
die. No, he has a cash die. He's fine.
Right, but if he rolls it at 0 and then adds 2 to it, it will not roll dice.
Yeah.
That's fine. Let's find out.
That's just not how it works. I mean, it doesn't matter though. Like the rules are like if you have zeros, you
I'm
have
just
to have a
saying
cash die
for
or
the
fund.
macro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, that might not work.
And what I'm saying is, I think they've talked about this before that they fixed that macro.
I thought what they fixed was you can now roll against ob 0.
Oh, that might be it.
I don't
Okay.
know. Just try it out and let's find
Yep,
out.
let's see what happens.
Okay, I will try rolling with 0 dice first. My modifiers are 1, my Artha is 1, and base obstacle is 2. I'm
Okay,
incapacitated.
weird.
No, that doesn't work. Okay,
All right.
cool. So I will roll with 1 die for my cash. Come on. And then I'll count that as my Artha,
Sure.
and I'll add a modifier, and my obstacle will be 2.
Hmm.
Always.
So, are you happy with your current situation
So
with
sad.
Rachel? Or do you want
No,
that sweet railroad money?
I'm not happy with my situation with Rachel because I feel like it's my fault.
Hmm.
It's just going to be another season where I have to like ask her to like send a little money my way so that I can maintain the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I have to get hay from somewhere because I'm not
Mhm.
growing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I can take care of myself, but there's like little things here and there that I just have to get to make the entire thing function.
Okay. I think just basically going to deepen your debt. So there might be some consequences to that this season. We'll see.
Whoa.
It's okay. Whenever cash dice come my way, I'll just bat them out of my hand and take a plow instead. Or
Go
less
buy
guilt.
king shoes.
or less guilt with
You need to buy less guilt.
yeah.
Okay.
I should sell the king's shoes is what I should do.
You should.
You still have those?
Yeah.
You're literally starving.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say that you also have 2 cats on your farm now.
Worth it.
Okay.
Take that, Matilda. I win twice. Twice for both cats.
Nice. All right, so let's end it there. We've got to cut out a little bit early tonight
Yeah.
because there's puppies.
Puppies. I'm very excited for puppies. There will be
And
pictures all over everywhere. I will talk about it. I will tweet about it. You can't not know when I get this dog. It's gonna be a dog.
Hmm.
fantastic.
Let's do some shout outs. Everyone who's not me. Start with Sam, because you're above my head in this other screen.
I
Which
am
I just
so
tweaked.
above you.
Ouch.
I'm Sam, Wizenfool on Twitch, the Wizenfool on Twitter. Bunch of my games are on breaks and hiatuses through this week. But next Wednesday, I am back on City of Mist, which is a connected game on 3 different streams. I'm on the Wednesday night game. We're playing a game called City of Mist that just came out. It's kind of a little powered by the apocalypse, a little fate, kind of mashed up together. And it's good fun. It's like urban fantasy. We all have powers inspired by some legend or fairy tale. And so half the fun is figuring out who the PCs and all the NPCs really are behind the mask.
Cool.
So yeah, come out on Wednesdays for that on Unmade Gaming. And that's about all I'm doing for the next week or two because everything else is on break except this next week.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go around to Golden. What's
Hey.
up? Who are you? Where can people find you? And what do you do?
Golden, you can find me on Twitch and on YouTube. Mostly I just play role-playing games. This Sunday, we're going to be starting our GURPS Dinosaurs campaign.
Finally.
We are special agents trying to find out who started the war between dinosaurs and Martians. And we're all dinosaurs. So it should be pretty cool. Check it out. Otherwise, that's pretty much it.
Cool. And Adam, how about you? Who are you? Where are you? What do you do?
Hi. I'm Dark Lavender Void. I make music and stuff. What you're looking at right now is a frequency analyzer, and it's kind of spooky and voidy. So it's kind of what I am. I made a song today, which is not really that finished. Well, it's finished but not polished.
Adam?
Oh no.
Adam's been sucked into the void.
Slipped right into the void. Well, you can find. There you are. You're back. You slipped into
I'm
the
cursed.
void for a second. Just for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
You're uncursed.
What's your
Good enough.
now that you're uncursed? Where can we find you? What is your social meteors?
Oh, that was way back. Okay. You missed a
did-
lot then.
No? Did you say that before? Because I don't remember you saying it.
Maybe he was lagging. There's a big delay.
You were showing your frequency analyzer and then
it froze.
And then it froze.
Okay. Well, it was way back when I mentioned my handle. I'm Dark Lavender Void, and I make a song.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a song
Cool.
today, and it is finished but not polished, was what I was saying when I froze.
Ah, perfect.
Nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, that's everybody except me. This is my channel. I'm Kelsa. You can find me here on twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. You can also find me on YouTube, also /KelsaDelphi, which is also where you can find the VODs of this show, as well as Band of Blades, which is the other show that I'm producing. That's on Sundays at 1 p.m. It is a hack of Blades in the Dark, still under production, ran by Strauss, who is the author of said hack of Blades in the Dark. And I also am on AP Gaming Reels channel on Saturdays at 5 p.m. For Sons of Gold, which is a brand new. We just finished episode 0 last weekend. Stars Without Numbers campaign. So very excited about that. Super looking forward to it, and
Hopefully
super
you guys
duper
don't
looking
all
forward to
die.
Doggo. So was with the revised Stars Without Number, it's a lot easier to not die.
From just like random space rolls. That's
Yeah,
really
I'm a
in the
pilot,
first one.
and I took the pilot focus, and I don't have to roll unless we need more than a 10.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good.
So that's pretty good.
For jumping.
So 2d6.
Yeah, well, 2d6 plus skills. So that
Hmm.
will tell you that I'm actually pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like jumping is always the most dangerous thing. Anyway.
Yeah, it really is. But we're going to be doing a lot of it because we're going to be trading back and forth between systems. And I've got a huge spreadsheet so that we can analyze what our best routes are going to be. And excited for playing spreadsheets without numbers. So
Hopefully.
all right, I'm gonna kick us back over to the amazing music by Drummer Boy, and to see us out, thank you all for stopping by. Good night.